Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel, two-time Super Bowl champion. I'm your Pro Bowler. I'm your all-pro record-breaking cornerback and the last cornerback to intercept 50 interceptions during the 16-game season era. Clap it up, Sunday Night Vibes. Man, it was a close one tonight, man. I was scared we was about to see another overtime game and we was going to be riding out to 2 o'clock in the morning. But hey, if that be the case, I'm going to be in the place. You understand what I'm saying? No more undefeated teams in the NFL. Can you believe that? No more undefeated teams right now in the NFL. It's not. No more. The Philadelphia Eagles got taken down by the Broncos. And the last remaining team to be undefeated, the Buffalo Bills, just got taken down by my old team, my alma mater, the New England Patriots. Shout out to the New England Patriots. Shout out to my ex-teammate, head coach, Mike Vrabel, putting that work in, man, and getting the job done, man. Sean McDermott also, he coached me at the for the Philadelphia Eagles. So, you know, I got a few people everywhere around in the league and things like that, man. So, Sunday Night Vibes, man. I hope y'all team won. I know everybody's team can't win, but I hope your team won. Yeah, man. How y'all doing out there tonight, man? Make sure y'all tear that like button up. Y'all make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all put me in the algorithm, man, because y'all know we got to get in the algorithm so we can say what needs to be said. Shout out to Bruce Lee. Shout out to Angel in the chat. Shout out to Joanna, always showing love. And the first timers, not the first timers, I'm sorry, my day ones, ain't no Emmanuel. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the audience. Shout out to the ladies and gentlemen out there, man. Let's vibe out, man. Let's vibe out. The New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. Sunday Night Football. Man, it was an exciting football game. I can't lie. It was an exciting football game, and I didn't expect that. I'm the type of guy that you have to prove me wrong. And I'm not a believer in Drake May as of yet. But tonight, Drake May has kind of made me a believer, you know, and throughout the game, you know, the first quarter, second quarter, all those things is cute. You know, whether you do good or do bad isn't that big of a deal. But when the game comes down to crunch time and the game is on the line in the third and fourth quarter, what do you do? And Drake May did what he was supposed to do. And I can't believe I'm saying this. The New England Patriots beat the Buffalo Bills 23-20 in a very close game. And it was a good game. It was a good game. All the Patriot fans out there, Patriot Nations, I know y'all are happy and glad to see things back rolling in the right way, in the right direction since Tom Brady has left. And Drake May, he was 22 for 30. 273 yards, no touchdowns, but also no turnovers, no interceptions. That's a good thing. That's an awesome thing, to be exact. And Josh Allen, he went 21 for 30, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 2 fumbles. 2 fumbles. Did he lose both of them? I knew he lost 1 fumble. I'm not sure if he lost both of the fumbles. But those 2 fumbles may have been determined what the conclusion of this game, the outcome of this game. And Drake May didn't make those mistakes. Josh Allen did. Josh Allen made the mistakes that cost his team. That's how it looks. And I can't believe Drake May. I can't believe it. Drake May is going toe-to-toe with Mr. Superman himself. Went toe-to-toe with Josh Allen tonight and the Buffalo Bills. And you know, I feel so sorry for Josh Allen, man. It feels like Josh Allen is stuck on a team that can't put a good enough team around him so he can be a Super Bowl champion one day. The Buffalo Bills just can't seem to figure out how to build a team around Josh Allen. And Josh Allen is one of a kind. If you don't understand that, you don't know. You won't see too many quarterbacks come in the NFL with the talent like Josh Allen. very big, can run really good. I mean, he can throw with the best of them. I mean, 80-yard, 70-yard passes on a dime. Roll out right, roll out left, still throw the ball 60, 70 yards on a dime. You won't find too many quarterbacks coming into the NFL that can do these type of, make these type of plays or have these type of attributes that Josh Allen has. His size alone is a difference maker compared to with his athletic ability and running skills. It's what makes him so dangerous. Josh Allen is absolutely dangerous, man. And if Buffalo Bills doesn't win the AFC East this season, it's time to fire everyone in Buffalo, in the Bills organization, and just rebuild a whole new team. Because this isn't fair to Josh Allen, man. The Bills shouldn't have lost one game in the AFC East, but here we are. They lost to the New England Patriots already. And Drake May, a second-year quarterback. In his second year, first-year head coach. There's no excuses for the Buffalo Bills to be losing to the New England Patriots. Now, I know any given Sunday, anything can happen. I understand that. But that shouldn't be the case with the type of competition that is going on in the AFC East. The competition in AFC East is mediocre at its best. It's not even mediocre. It's below average. Way below average. The Dolphins are 1-4. Sorry as heck. The New York Jets are 0-5, winless. They can't even win a game. Got Justin Fields at quarterback. Aaron Glenn, new head coach, believes in Justin Fields. He can't realize that every team that Justin Fields been to couldn't succeed. And the coaches was not satisfied with him. So he had to fall into that category and that trap and go ahead and sign Justin Fields just to start off his head coaching career on the wrong foot. And the Patriots were 2-2 before the night, while the Buffalo Bills was 4-0. And now the Patriots are 3-2. Getting close to the number one spot in the division, if they're not number one in the division already. And if Sean McDermott doesn't at least make it to the Super Bowl with Josh Allen, man, this has to be his last season coaching Josh Allen. I promise, man, something has to give. Sean McDermott can't continue to get away with having Josh Allen as his quarterback and continuing to extend his career as a head coach because Josh Allen is winning these games and having winning seasons when he isn't contributing to Josh Allen's talent and building the team that Josh Allen needs to win a Super Bowl for the city of Buffalo. I can only imagine what other coaches would do with an athlete like Josh Allen. Coaches like Kevin O'Connell from the Vikings, Ben Johnson with the Chicago Bears. And so many other offensive-minded coaches would do with a player like Josh Allen. I'm talking about, man, it would be absolutely bananas, the things that they would do with a player like Josh Allen. James Cook is the only other skilled player to step up for the Buffalo Bills and be a weapon on that offense for Josh Allen. That's it. It's only Josh Allen and James Cook. That's all you got. Pretty much fill-ins after that. Keon Coleman, a first round out of Florida State, he hasn't stepped up yet to be what Josh Allen needs him to be. No other player is stepping up on a consistent basis for the Buffalo Bills. And if you was watching the game tonight, Chris Collinsworth, the broadcaster, if he can see from where he's sitting at watching the game that one of the Buffalo Bill tendencies is when it's a run play, Josh Allen is under the center. And it's a pass play, he's in shotgun. I know it doesn't seem like much, but that is so elementary. And either, like he said, either they don't care that you know what they're doing. They're saying, line up mano y mano. I'm going to whoop you. You have to whoop me. Or I don't know how they don't think no one can catch on to those tendencies. That's the easiest catch on in the book. Something is wrong with Buffalo, man. Something is wrong with the Buffalo Bills team. The talent they bring in, the scouting department, something is wrong. Take Josh Allen out of this whole equation. This team sucks. It's everything is bad in Buffalo. Like I talked about, Keon Coleman. He still hasn't established himself as a top elite receiver or even a go-to player for Josh Allen after being a first-round pick. When you're a first-round pick, when you are a first-round pick, you are the chosen one. You are a priority. And if things not working out where Josh Allen is getting the football to you, being that you are a priority, something is wrong with you, the first rounder. They can't get it right. The scouting department, the drafting, everything is kind of just convoluted over there. It's all over the place. And Josh Allen is the only common denominator that is keeping things afloat in Buffalo. And I'm sure Josh Allen wants to throw Keon Coleman more passes. But if you can't tell, he doesn't trust Keon Coleman to do what he needs him to do. Too much of the Buffalo Bills offense depends on just Josh Allen himself to make plays. And it shouldn't be like that. And when the pressure gets on and he feels that he needs to make a play for his team, because we know Josh Allen would do it and he doesn't mind taking that chance or making that sacrifice, that's when you see Josh Allen make lackadaisical turnovers and costly turnovers because he has to do too much to help his team out. Now for the Patriots, Stephon Diggs showed up big today. One of Josh Allen's old teammates, one of Josh Allen's big-time playmakers that hasn't been replaced yet. Stephon Diggs showed up for the Patriots in a major way. He was hyped. He was crunk. He brought the energy he needed to bring for the Patriots against the Buffalo Bills. Drake May and Stephon Diggs made some big plays for the Patriots. Not in the first quarter, not in the second quarter. In the third quarter and the fourth quarter. To make the game a two-possession game. In the beginning of the first quarter and the fourth quarter. And when Josh Allen came back to tie the score, Drake and Stephon stepped up even harder to take over the game and win. I'm starting to be a believer in Drake May, man. The Patriots, they may be on their way back to redemption and getting back to glory, man. Hey, it's been a long time coming. Tom Brady is hard to replace. Tom Brady himself, the GOAT, is hard to replace. But hey, we might be watching the new Tom Brady in New England. Got some feet, man. He got some wheels too, man. He can roll. That play he made at the end of the game to not get sacked and still get the ball to Stephon Diggs, man. He got a lot of guts. Yeah. He put it on the line. It was a little scary, man. A little horse collar, things like that. But hey, shout out to Drake May. Shout out to New England Patriots for getting that W. Shout out to my old teammate, Mike Vrabel, man. Shout out to Mike Vrabel. Cowboys versus the Jets. Cowboys whooped that butt, man. I don't even remember what the score was. 37-22, something like that. Cowboys tore the Jets up. And like I said, Aaron Glenn. The only bright spot right now for Aaron Glenn is Breece Hall, man. Breece Hall is running that rock and doing his thing over there. They're paying all these players. They just paid Justin Fields to come in and be the quarterback. Just paid Sauce Gardner to be the number one guy. All you see on TV when you talk about the New York Jets is Sauce Gardner. Because no one over there is worth talking about, I guess. Sauce Gardner has the most follows, But don't tell me, don't tell me Dak Prescott is the lead candidate for the NFL MVP, most valuable player honors. Don't tell me that's what's going on right now. Is this the truth? Is Dak Prescott playing the best at quarterback right now? This can't be true. I see he's second in passing yards behind Matthew Stafford. And the Cowboys are, 2-2? 2-1? Or 3-2-1 after the day? But I don't know. I mean, I see the Cowboys putting up a lot of points and doing big things, scoring left and right, But MVP for Dak Prescott, I don't know. It's a little, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little biased when I'm judging and criticizing the Dallas Cowboys, and I can't physically see Dak Prescott as a MVP type of player right now, But Dak Prescott looked really good without CeeDee Lamb in the lineup. Is that just me? Did everybody see that? Or did it matter? If CeeDee Lamb was there, the offense would have done better. The first game CD missed was against the Packers game, and that ended in a tie. No one expected that. But it was hey, I don't know. Maybe Dak Prescott is able to freely make his reads without being pressured by, the entitled number one type of receivers and things like that. I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. But it was the same thing with Shador when he played in college in Colorado, when Travis Hunter, was out of the lineup. Was he a better quarterback and things like that? That is interesting. It's very interesting. So we have to wait, keep watching and see. But the Jets, man, the New York Jets are the only team in the history of the NFL, that have elite cornerbacks over the years without interceptions. I've never seen a team that promote their cornerbacks and have so many great cornerbacks considered by the media, and the media pushes that to the masses, but don't have any interceptions or production. All they can say is quarterbacks don't throw their way. They don't get that many opportunities. Oh, man, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But shout out to the Cowboys. They're getting it done over there. Shout out to the Cowboys. But let's get into the Eagles versus the Broncos. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Denver Broncos. And what a sad day. The Eagles lost 21-17. And you know what the problem is here for the Philadelphia Eagles? You have to play 60 minutes of football. You have to play absolutely to the end of 60 minutes of football. Not 55 minutes, not 59 minutes, but a full 60 minutes of competing nonstop, giving it your all. And if that doesn't happen, things like what happened today to the Philadelphia Eagles will happen to your team. The Eagles succumbed to a 14-point lead to lose by 1 point. Because Sean Payton, the head coach for the Denver Broncos, is a gambler. He's like, go hard or go home. He don't got time to wait for overtime and stuff like that. He took a huge gamble and went for the 2-point conversion instead of, tying it up and kicking the extra point. That was the easy thing to do. He went for 2. One thing Sean Payton is going to do, man, is he's going to gamble. I remember in the Super Bowl, I think with the New Orleans Saints, he kicked the onside kick. Sean Payton. Sean Payton said, I don't have time for any extra minutes in this game. Either I'm going to beat you now or you're going to beat me. But we're going to settle this right now. But the Eagles opened up the offense more than usual against the Broncos defense, an aggressive Broncos defense That wasn't usual. That wasn't the usual style of New England, Philadelphia Eagles play today from what we saw. They got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith going early in the game. They got in the football early. The Eagles offense ran the football only 8 times in the first half. It says 9 because Jalen Hurts ran the ball, but take Jalen Hurts out of the picture. They ran the ball 8 times in the first half. Jalen Hurts threw the ball 19 times in the first half. And the first couple of plays in the second half were passes, with one being the touchdown to Saquon Barkley. The Philadelphia Eagles were striking left and right. They were striking. But the game is to be played for 60 minutes, not 55, not 59. A full 60 minutes. And a big-time play that may have costed the Eagles a victory today. You know, that pass between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts should have connected. A.J. Brown should have connected with Jalen Hurts on that deep pass, that double move down the deep middle of the field. But we all seen, if you haven't heard or seen, we all seen A.J. Brown slow down, thinking the ball wasn't coming his way. Or just practicing bad habits that lead to the game. And this is something that I've been saw from A.J. Brown, just no one seemed to call it out. It's a bad habit. And bad habits are hard to break. And yeah, this is going to be a problem. All the coaches going to see this play on film and feel like A.J. Brown gave up on his team or didn't give 60 minutes of full effort for his team. Because if he doesn't slow down, him and Jalen Hurts connects on that big play for a touchdown, which could have been the deciding factor of the game. And A.J. Brown knows he messed up. Check him out.
I was thrown, so like I said, we just missed. From my point of view, we just missed.
It looked like you slowed up on the play. Did you not think the ball was coming your way, or what happened with that?
It's not that I didn't think the ball was coming. When I looked up, I didn't see the ball. And I looked back, I didn't see the ball. And then the ball was thrown. So, like I said, we just missed.
Did you guys talk after the play about maybe the miscommunication?
Missed.
What happened?
No.
In a game like this that is that close, is that one of those plays that...
Now let's watch the play.
He's going to run up, stop for the safety to stop his body weight, and then take off, and what a move right there.
Oh, man.
I do think A.J. Brown slowed up just a little.
Just a little.
Now, did he over?
One more time.
He's going to run up, stop for the safety to stop his body weight, and then take off, and what a move right there.
Man.
I do think A.J. Brown slowed up just a little.
Damn.
Now, did he overshoot him? Yes. But that little subtle, like, I'm not getting...
Now, based on A.J. Brown comments, maybe A.J. needs to watch the tape to see how bad this play looks. Because I definitely think this pass is completed if A.J. doesn't shut his momentum down and not quit on the route. He might have to make a nice catch, a difficult catch, but I think it would be a catchable ball if he doesn't quit on the route. And from his comments, it sounds like A.J. Brown doesn't want to be held accountable for this play, but he needs to be called out for not finishing his route in general. Every receiver has to finish their route, whether they're getting the football or not. I think the Eagles offense played to prove a point with all the noise surrounding Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and, things like that about being elite, because the amount of passes the Eagles offense went for today was out of character for that offense. That was out of character today. And it wasn't like they were passing to close the gap or the lead or try to come back in the game. They were passing because that was the game plan today. The Eagles were in full control until the end of the third quarter. That's when I started to see a lack of effort or players being comfortable with a 2-possession lead. 60 minutes. You have to play the game for 60 minutes. There was no production in the running game to help Jalen Hurts. That running game needs to get going. Saquon Barkley got to get going, man. They got to get him going. And giving him the ball 8 times in the first half. I don't know how many times he got the ball total, but it couldn't be no more than 10. But getting him the ball 8 times in the first half is not good enough. And in the second half, the Eagles was just straight dead, flat, and they wasn't playing with any energy on defense or intensity or anything. And the cause of shift in energy had to do with the Eagles defense not being able to stop the run in the third quarter, because the Eagles energy got so freaking flat after that, in the third quarter when the Broncos drove up and down the field on them. You know, it was strictly run plays too. That takes all of the energy, all of the intensity. It makes you feel like you have no hope when someone is just physically manhandling you. You're not able to stop it. It takes everything out of you. That's what after that long drive did in the third quarter. Took the energy right out of the Eagles defense. But man, yeah, AJ Brown should have connected with that pass from Jalen Hurts, man, down the middle of the field. If he don't slow down, man, thinking the ball wasn't coming. And you know, this is the bad habit. Just a bad habit. It's just a bad habit. It's just a bad habit. But at the end of the day, he messed up. He messed up, man. And hopefully this doesn't bring too much bad attention or energy around the team and the atmosphere between Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown and the offense and things like that. They'll figure it out. You know, they've been through worse. They had a lot of controversy going on since them boys got there together. And there was some good matchups today. Patrick Surtain was matched up against AJ Brown, and Quinyon Mitchell was matched up against Courtland Sutton. You know, both matchups was pretty good. No one got the best of anybody. And yeah, it was a good, fair matchup today. Good, fair matchup today. Bo Nix, what do y'all think about Bo Nix? Bo Nix, like I said, I'm hard to convince. And I'm still not convinced Bo Nix is the man out there in Denver. And to me, he wasn't that good again today. Up until the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, he was what he needed to be. In the fourth quarter, he stepped up and made the plays. It was a 3rd and 15. He hit the curl route, nice strike, in the fourth quarter. But overall, I'm still not convinced in, Denver Broncos and Bo Nix right now. The Eagles was the first team they beat. That was a winning team. So that was a step in the right direction. But I'm still counting down. Count down for the day that Sean Payton is tired of Bo Nix as his quarterback, because it's coming. But don't feel like Sean Payton is satisfied with the way Bo Nix is playing, because he's definitely not. Sean Payton is a no-nonsense full he expects full execution in every play. He wants everything to be executed how he needs it to be executed. And just go back and watch Drew Brees. However Drew Brees executed, that's how Sean Payton wants his offense to be executed. Yeah. So shout out, man. Shout out to the Denver Broncos, Bo Nix, man. Y'all got it done. Y'all beat an undefeated team. No more undefeated teams in the NFL now. No more undefeated teams in the NFL. Ain't that right, chat? Bo all right. Yeah, Bo all right. He all right. I guess he'll get better. He has one of the best coaches out there. So, without Sean Payton, Bo Nix wouldn't be doing as close to what he's doing. But whatever. It's all good. Now, we got to talk about the Browns versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Cleveland Browns versus the Minnesota Vikings. Man, was y'all up for this game? Bright and early. Had to be up for this one. Right? And what did the score end up being in this game? I think it was 21-17. Minnesota Vikings pulled it off against the Cleveland Browns, 21-17. And Dillon Gabriel didn't have a bad day at all. Dillon Gabriel was, give me a second here. Gotta come back to, here we go. Cleveland Browns. How we doing, chat? How we doing? Dillon Gabriel was 19 for 33, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Pretty good debut for him, you know what I mean? Almost got the win. The Cleveland Browns almost got the win, this morning against the Vikings with Dillon Gabriel start. The rookie got his first start of the day, and it wasn't too shabby. It wasn't too shabby at all. But do you think Shedeur Sanders could have done a better job? I can't lie. Dillon Gabriel, he did a pretty good job being efficient with his passes. When it was time to get rid of the football, he got rid of the football. When it was time to take high percentage pass attempts, he took high percentage pass attempts. Didn't do too many or have too many negative plays or too many plays that make you scratch your head today. Like I said, Dillon Gabriel was 19 for 33, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. But Carson Wentz, man, for the Minnesota Vikings, he played a really good game as well. I was very surprised to see Carson Wentz back there running around, being that first rounder that he, was drafted to be, and looking like he can get something done for the Minnesota Vikings. And that Kevin O'Connell offense for the Minnesota Vikings is straight fire, man. I'm watching the play concepts and the plays he's drawing and putting together for Carson Wentz. That offense is fire, man. They kept the Browns defense on their toes, with personnel matchups and the play calls and the formation, the formation along with the personnel. It was very confusing for the Browns. Very confusing on the Browns. And on that first touchdown, the Vikings, they lined up in Wildcat. Not only did they line up in Wildcat, they made sure they quick snapped it. So that didn't give the Browns any time to figure out who was supposed to cover who. And Josh Oliver, the tight end, they didn't have a chance to figure it out. We went wide open for the touchdown. That was a hell of a play call, hell of a design, hell of a concept, and the right tempo. He did everything right, man. Kevin O'Connell, man, I like what I see over there. But today was all about Dillon Gabriel, man. Today was all about Dillon Gabriel making his first start, which just so happened to be in another part of the world. I'm just so happy to see Kevin Stefanski move on from Joe Flacco. Anything but Joe Flacco. I'm happy to see that he finally, got his mind right and decided that Joe Flacco, it was no more time for him. And this wasn't the best game for a rookie to start in against, because the Minnesota Vikings have the #1 defense. But Dillon Gabriel ran the offense just how I expected him to run it. He was efficient, like I said, and he made sure he got the ball out of his hand quick and not making that many mistakes or minimal mistakes. And we all know Kevin Stefanski made sure he had plays set up for Dillon Gabriel to be successful, a lot of controlled passes and physical play. Run the ball, And I saw like 2 or 3 very impressive throws from Dillon Gabriel today in his first start, in that high-low route concept where the ball, went to David Njoku and just barely over the fingertips of the defender. I mean, he threw the ball high at the right spot. David Ojukwu was able to high point it. That was like an elite pass right there. That was one of his best passes of the day, and he had a few more decent passes, but that was absolutely the one. And it was I think it was third down as well. But overall, man, I give Dillon Gabriel a C+. I don't want to give him a B or a B minus, for a start day because they didn't pull off the victory, But I think in his first start, his main objective was not to turn the ball over, which is, a good thing. But at the same time, that can make the player be more of a conservative player than they need to be, So his objective was to make sure he plays turnover-free football and mistake-free football, And I could see with Dillon Gabriel getting more experience, he will take more chances and be a bigger presence for the offense. Although he does have limited abilities from what I can see, but with his limited abilities, he makes up with that because he can process things very quickly on the field and make the pass and make the play very quickly. That's his strong point, being able to process things very quickly and get the ball out of his hands. That's pretty much what he practiced from, the Oregon Duck days and the Oklahoma days. But I don't see I don't see Dillon Gabriel as a quarterback that can elevate an NFL roster. I can't see him making those big plays to win games for NFL teams. Now, he can prove me wrong. But from what I'm watching and what I've seen and what I evaluate, I don't see a player that elevates a team to the next level. I see a player that can come on and get the job done and manage the team well, right? Like, what the Cam Newton say, game manager type of aspect. But nothing too special. He could play with a good rhythm, get the ball out of his hand quick, and be very, very effective in the screen game. That's what's going on in the NFL right now. The NFL is mostly made up of screens, and the screen game is very pertinent to the NFL right now. And Kevin Stefanski offense is designed for Dillon Gabriel. If y'all didn't understand or didn't see that, at the same time, Stefanski made his offense for Dillon Gabriel even when Joe Flacco was the starter. Go back and watch Joe Flacco rolling out when he was the quarterback. Watch him roll out to his left when those plays were designed for a left-handed quarterback. Joe Flacco was right-handed. He should have been rolling out to the right so he could throw the ball to the, on the right side with his right hand. But Kevin Stefanski had Joe Flacco rolling out to the left, which is the same place Dillon Gabriel is rolling out because he's a lefty and making plays to the left. So all along, everything was being set up to hand the keys over to Dillon Gabriel, But that David Ojukwu, man, is a wild boy, man. He continues every week. He is trying to jump over somebody, and he is clearing 6'2", 6'3" men heads like nothing, man. He got to stop that. He's a wild boy. And with the day that Quishon Judkins had, that impact he had today in the game on offense, how he was running through the Vikings defense, untouched, finding the lanes. If the Browns can continue to run the football like they did today every week, it will give the Browns a good chance to have a winning season. But if they don't run the ball as good as they did today, how does Dillon Gabriel adjust? Or how much can he impact the offense when the offense doesn't have such of a dominating running game? Right? That's what I'm waiting to see. I want to see the adversity hit, and how does Dillon Gabriel handle the adversity and, battle it out for his team. Because, you know how we feel about the other quarterbacks on the roster. We don't have to bring it up. But do you think Shedeur Sanders could have did a better job than Dillon Gabriel did today. Do you think he would have made more plays, took more chances, or would he have turned the ball over, had more negative plays, not been as efficient with the football, so on and so forth? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I think he's a dog, man. I think he's a game changer and a player. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. But let's talk about Coach Prime. TCU versus the University of Colorado, man. Man, prayers up for Coach Prime. If y'all ain't heard, Coach Prime, man, announced, and he said the cat is out of the bag. And if y'all didn't watch TCU versus Colorado, Coach Prime was sitting on the sideline on a little stool or something like that with his shoe off and looked like he was in pain. And he was in pain. And he came to the podium and told everybody his leg was throbbing and he is in a lot of pain. And that blood flow, man, y'all understand that blood flow. Your blood has to flow through your body to keep your limbs and your muscles and everything circulating and working properly. And if you ever dealt with blood clot issues or have blood flow circulation problems and things like that, you can relate to Coach Prime and understand what he's going through. But prayers up for Coach Prime, man, and hope he gets through this mess. He's been dealing with this since, 2020, I think I heard. And yeah, man, we all know what was going on then, man. So, yeah, man, prayers up for Coach Prime. But TCU versus Colorado, what is going on with Colorado? This was a game that should have easily been a 3-point. Colorado should have won by 3 touchdowns or more. Put it like that. And Caden Salter threw 3 interceptions in the first half. But at the end of the day, if you don't realize, Caden Salter is showing us there are levels to this college football competition. The level of competition Caden Salter was used to playing at Liberty University doesn't translate for him playing quarterback in the Big 12. TCU was the perfect team for Colorado to make a statement against. But too many costly plays, too many costly mistakes stopped Colorado from winning. Too many. Colorado rushing attack was getting the job done. Welch, he was gashing, making plays. But not in the passing game. The passing game wasn't rocking so well. And that's becoming a common theme each week, the passing game. What is up with the passing game? And you know what I see? A kid's dream is right there. A kid's dream is right there in Colorado at the quarterback position. Everything is set up for Caden Salter to be a superstar, an absolute superstar in Coach Prime offense. If he can just execute, everything is set up. Caden Salter did a great job handling the 2-minute drill. He was doing so well in the 2-minute drill. Right into the end. It was like on the goal line within 10 yards to score. And he threw his 3rd interception. He was doing so good. Everything is set up for a quarterback to be a superstar in Colorado. And I can see Caden Salter trying to get better and work on the things that he isn't so good at. Trying to be a better pocket passing quarterback. And he is doing better than he's done before. He just isn't all the way comfortable yet. And it's going to take a little while. And time is not on his side, being that he's a senior. So I don't know how that plays out. And I seen a few plays that Caden was supposed to hit the check downs, but he always seemed to want to turn these plays into broken plays instead of executing offense. I make my reads, I go through my progression. If it's not there, hit my check down. The check down is always there. Caden Salter's first instinct is to run the football once he feels any type of pressure or a defender across his face. And Caden Salter's first instinct to run is hindering Colorado's offense big time right now. Big time is hindering Colorado's offense, and it's stopping him from being the superstar that he would love to be. Caden Salter, man, y'all make sure that this reach Caden Salter. Check this out, brother. Check this out. Keep doing everything you can to get better at being comfortable in the pocket. Keep doing everything. I see you working on it. The plays are there for you to make. Don't let 1, 2, or 3 mistakes stop you from having any regrets that you tried everything you can to get it right back there in the pocket. I can see easy, simple mistakes that can easily be corrected if you are determined to be that player to make those changes. It can easily be worked on and easily be fixed. It's just all about the determination in the player and the will that you have, brother. It's got about 6, 7, 8 games left, man. You don't have to try to do anything. You can just do it. That's my motto. You know, people say, I was trying to do it. No, you don't have to try to do it. Just do it. That's always been my motto. Don't say you was trying, do it. And then when you do it, go back to coach and say, Coach, I did it. But X, Y, and Z occurred when I did it. So what's next? I did exactly what you told me to do, but it either worked or it didn't work. And y'all see, man, I can anticipate seeing things. And y'all know I anticipate going to get that football. But I can anticipate seeing things coming. Right? And what I can see is there is a drought coming to the NFL at the quarterback position. The talent currently in the NFL is already super suspect. We are not seeing elite play on a consistent basis at quarterback like we were used to seeing back in the days. You got Josh Allen, you got the Patrick Mahomes, you got Jalen Hurts, you got Lamar Jackson. You know, these are the only quarterbacks that have been playing at an elite level in this current era, right? Jaden Daniels, he looks very promising, you know, coming off his rookie season. This is his sophomore season, but he has to show that progress. And we haven't seen it yet. How does he progress from his rookie season to his sophomore season? Right? And I put Aaron Rodgers in the same category and era with Tom Brady. And Aaron Rodgers has been missing for the past, 2 or 3 seasons when we're talking about great play and elite status and things like that. And a lot of that had to do with him being injured and stuff like that. We know that. But I can see a drought coming right now to the NFL next 2 or 3 seasons. Every offense was going to be running the football is going to go back to the old days of run first, pass second. Because quarterbacks can't get the job done anymore. The 2025 NFL draft didn't deliver any promising quarterbacks. We can all agree, right? Aren't we looking, aren't we looking like they we don't see any Hall of Famers, right? We can all agree that the 2025 NFL draft didn't produce any Hall of Famers. As of yet, from what we can see. You got Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, pretty much are the only 2 players that are showing potential of anything or doing anything at quarterback. But not that elite, oh man, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning type of players that we're used to seeing playing, or that we love to, that is elite status in our eyes, you know? And J.J. McCarthy, poor J.J. McCarthy, man. J.J. McCarthy's career looks like it's done before it even began. Like he's on the injured reserve, and he doesn't even need to be on there. A healthy scratch is on the injured reserve, and he was drafted in the first round, hoping to take over and be the franchise quarterback. To turn around to only be a backup quarterback to Carson Wentz, because that's what's going to happen now. They're not putting J.J. Wentz back out there. I mean, J.J. McCarthy. And from the 2024 draft, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, pretty much are the only two quarterbacks that have the potential to be great, right? Caleb Williams didn't show us anything yet, only Jaden Daniels. So this drought is real. This drought is real. Now we're heading into the 2026 draft. I don't see anyone who will be a difference maker on the next level. I don't see anyone. I see a few possibilities, nothing promising. You got Drew Allard from the University of from Penn State. You got Garrett Nussmeier from LSU, Lenore Sellers from South Carolina, and then the University of Miami, Carson Beck. Nothing that stands out as this is going to be a franchise quarterback, the next Tom Brady, the next Eli Manning, or anything like that. Just a bunch of average players with average talent that, that we see right now. We don't see anything special. But the best option out of that bunch, I probably would go with Lenore Sellers, because he's a dual threat, and I guess nobody blocks anymore, so you need a dual threat, right? But all the other quarterbacks just super, super basic. But the problem with these quarterbacks, the problem starts with the development of these quarterbacks. It's becoming a big joke because of these new era trainers trying to impress social media with new drills and ideas that are doing nothing but hindering these young players and young quarterbacks. When this drought I see coming at quarterback in the NFL happens, all these futuristic trainers, make sure y'all take full responsibility of the development of these quarterbacks and the terrible mechanics we are witnessing, because it's y'all fault. It's definitely y'all fault. And I hate when I hear people say it's more than one way a player's technique can be. Understand this. Understand there is absolute the correct way to do something. Then there's little caveats to the correct way, right? And the original technique. There's absolutely the correct way to do something. Then there's little changes to the correct and original technique. But don't say there's different ways to do something, because different is not correct. There's only one absolute correct way to do something. You understand? For example, there is only one best way to T-step and get to the football quick as possible. The best way to T-step will, in fact, get a player to the football than any other technique. That's the fact. I'm not saying a player can't be successful with bad technique. Not at all. It happens all the time. But the best technique and the correct technique will do just a little bit more for you. You understand? And coaches and trainers are making players skip the basics in technique and expect greatness. You know what I mean? You can't do that. Only the exceptional and super talent players can get away with not learning the basics, skipping the fundamentals, and still be great. You got players like Randy Moss and Deion Sanders, things like that. There's very selective few of players that can get away with not learning the fundamentals and basics in life, and still be able to achieve success and greatness. So, yeah, that's what's going on, man. The Buffalo Bills, Coach Prime, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Philadelphia Eagles, man, all upset this week. Everybody was upset this week. How we doing out there, chat? How are we doing? Do y'all think Shedeur, man, can step in and do a better job for the Cleveland Browns? I don't know, man. It's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be him against the coaching staff, him against the organization, and they are not going to be for him. I don't think nothing's set up for him, and his back is against the wall. But we have to wait and see, man. We have to wait and see. Yeah, we had the solo vibe tonight, man. The co-host got caught up in traffic out there, going to the Eagle games and things like that. So we're going to see y'all tomorrow night. It had fun rocking with y'all tonight. It's Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel with Sunday Night Vibes. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow night, man. I had a good time, man. And we are out of here, baby. See y'all tomorrow night.